Hello everybody, my name is Zach, aka The Weather Gamer, bringing you WWC D-League coach reveal, talking about Season 1 of the WWC D-League, and I'll go through, talk about the coaches, talk about the format, same thing I did yesterday for WWC mains, coaches and that. I will say off the bat, I don't know quite a few of these coaches. They're new to me, so I apologize if I don't give you guys as much love as I do some of the others that I do know. It's just, I don't know you guys, you're new to me. It's similar to some of the main coaches like Zombie, who I just don't know very well, that sort of thing. Rumble of Thunder, I like it. Perfect way to record is in the rain. So we are running 16 coaches. Originally, the D-League was designed to be 10 coaches. First off, what is the D-League? In case nobody has watched any other videos when I talk about the D-League. The D-League is designed to be for new coaches. Coaches that, in my mind, have like under 10 draft leagues. I only have 11 personally, but I know there are people that do a lot more draft leagues than I do regularly. But I'm currently playing in my 7th, 8th, and 9th, or my 9th, 10th, and 11th draft leagues, so I consider myself a rookie. But this is for people that don't have a lot of draft league experience. It's for people, even if they do have a lot of draft league experience, that have not performed well, that need a not so competitive, safe place for them to try out different mods, try out different teams, and learn and grow as battlers. We've got some assistants to help with drafting, to help with team building, to help with just discussing what went wrong in matches, that sort of thing, just to try and help. Like, the D-League's supposed to be a teaching league. It's supposed to be a league to help people get better to where they can sustain in WWC main, which also isn't super competitive. It's not designed to be a super competitive league. It's just supposed to be chill, relaxed league with a bunch of friends. That sort of thing. So, yes, it is Indigo and Orange Conference. I basically copied the WWC Season 2 doc and remade it for D-League, because WWC Season 3 needed a brand new tier list and all that. But anyways, this was supposed to be 10 coaches, and there was a bit of a mix-up, and we ended up with 11. So I was like, okay, we'll add one more, we'll go to 12. That's the same as WWC's Season 1 was 12 coaches. It's a good initial group. If the D-League goes well, in Season 2, we can expand to 16 coaches and go from there. Somebody doesn't know how to count, because somebody just looked at his WWC D coach role and counted the number of people that were orange colored, because that's the color in the Discord server, and somebody counted 11. It was like, okay, we should have 12. I thought we were going to go to 12 when we added one more person. Little did I forget that one of two of the Watchmen have the role, and I accounted for them. The other problem is we have a separate category from Watchmen for one of the Watchmen, because they have a special place in the server. I'm dancing around this because I'm not revealing who they are, because it's very obvious if I say what the role is, who that person is, and I want to get to them. So I didn't count them because I forgot that they had been given the role. Because I was like, okay, there's 2 in Watchmen, and then all the ones that I gotta count that are orange colored. So I added another person, which made us 13, when I meant to have us at 12, because I can't count. So I was like, well, crap. I don't want to disappoint anybody, because I said, yes, you can have a spot, and be like, oh, no, sorry, I can't count. You can't actually be a part of the league. So I was like, fine, we're going to 16. I am at 13. I am tracking this much closer, and we are only adding 3 more coaches. So, this is a lot bigger than I wanted it to be. We have 6 more coaches than I had originally planned to. I actually have recorded this video this is the second time I'm recording this video, because the first time I recorded it was with the 10 coaches. Anyways, 16, same format as WWC Season 2. We have the 2 conferences. That's kill leaders. That's pick'ems. That's not what I need. Remind me, I need to fix this. League standings. That's the tab I was looking for. So, as you can see here, we have the 4 divisions. We have the 2 conferences. I'll give you the team names now because we'll talk about the coaches later. But we have the Eterna City Espeons, or Eterna. Yeah, it is Eterna. It's Gen 4, the Grass City. Grass Gym Leader. After the Forest, Espeons. The Huntington Hapinis, the Merc Wolves, Murkrows, Quag, and I'll talk about that when I talk about the team. It's just Quag. The West Texas Leafeons, the Driftville, Druddigans, the Dallas Crobats, and the Surrey Sawsbucks. Those will make up your Orange Conference, with the Espeons, the Hapinis, the Murkrows, and Quag being your Mikan division, and the Leafeons, Druddigans, Crobats, and Sawsbucks making up your Naval division. The Orange Conference, or the Indigo Conference, consists of the Mississippi Metagross, the Lawfulton Agrons, the Egyptian Lucarios, Chicago Claunchers, Virginia Victinis, the Vegas Vulpix, the Dallas Starmies, and the New York Necrozmas, with Trovita being made up of the Metagross, the Agrons, the Lucarios, and the Claunchers, and Kumquat being the Victinis, the Vulpix, the Starmies, and the Necrozmas. And if you don't know what the divisions are, they are the 4 islands in the Orange Conference where you pick up your Orange League badges before you can go and challenge for that. Indigo is self-explanatory. That's Gen 1. I'm pulling them off right now so I can show them off. So, I have conquered the Orange League, as I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. I do have all 4 of the Orange League gym badges. I'm trying to remember how these things go back up there, so I can put them back later. But yes, the 4 islands of the Orange Conference, or the Orange League. So that's that. We will do pick'ems. I don't know how much video time the D-League's going to get, just solely because I have AABL, I have WWC Main, I have PCF. I'm also an analyst for PCF. I still have APA. So I have 4 different leagues that I'm recording team builders and having to actually build the teams for matches to play. The commitment of 2 analysts, both WWC Main and PCF Main, plus real life, plus trying to keep Uno and streams and other things going. So I just don't know if I'm going to have enough time for the D-League to have weekly power ranking videos recorded. I'll try to do at least quarter season, so after 3 weeks, after 6 weeks, after 9 weeks, and after 12 weeks, I'll try to give them videos. I'll try to do playoff talk as we get closer to that. I just don't know if I'll be able to do weekly PRs like I do with Maine. But as you can see here, we do have 2 analysts, myself and Galactic Damien, who is a main coach, one of my oldest friends and one of the oldest members of the Weather Gamer family. He wanted to try his hand at being a analyst, so he's going to join me for Pick'ems and Power Rankings. Tier list. So it's pretty much the same standard tier list as WWC Season 2 was. with the exception of, I'm looking for them here, Greninja. Protein Greninja got banned. I'm so sad. But the coaches decided to ban that. They also decided that they didn't want to play with Magearna, so Magearna got busted. Otherwise, all the stuff, rest of the stuff, is banned. They did keep the Mega Lotties, luckily. They did keep Mega Mawile. They kept Hoopa. All the stuff that originally I thought might not stay, did stay. So, we do have that. Now, your draft order, you'll see a little bit of coach reveal here. I know the last 2 picks are cut off because of the way my screen is set up, but Chicago Claunchers will be picking 1, the Agrons 2, the Crobats 3, the Metagross 4, the Sawsbucks 5, Quag 6, Lucario 7, the Necrozmas have the mid pick at 8, the Starmies at 9, Appeenies at 10, the Murkrows at 11, Victinis at 12, Druddigans at 13, Vulpix at 14, Leafeons at 15, and your wheel pick is the Espeons. So let's start off. First team here we have the Chicago Claunchers, coached by Little Penguin. Little Penguin, if you guys remember, was in WWC Season 1. He decided to leave due to his skill level and his IRL stuff going on. And Penguin, as well as another coach, 2 coaches that I'll talk about, were really the inspiration for me creating the D-League. I wanted to keep my friends involved with WWC that like Draft League. I just didn't know a good way to do it because WWC has progressively gotten more competitive each season. Like, the coaches from Season 1 to Season 2 that returned got better, as seen by Dragoon and Nikki. But then we also imported a lot of really good talent and tough people from APA, from PCF, and I don't think I have anybody from NCL in Season 2. But PLA, I did pick up Saber from PLA. He came over. So it got a lot more difficult, and you saw some of the original WWC coaches struggle. And so I was like, I can't just bring them right back into WWC. This is just going to be a bloodbath. Because now you look at the competition for this season, and I fully expect myself to be one of the worst coaches again this season. Because, again, the skill level in WWC main is insane. I have brought in a lot of really good coaches that I'm going to really wonder if I can hold up against at times. But Penguin's back. He's come back out of retirement for the D-League. I'm hoping that the D-League is enough to teach him and get him to be like, not to be like Nikki, but to have him grow like Nikki and Damien have, where he gets used to this, he starts to learn how to build, he learns how to draft a couple drafts by himself, and gets better, and then I can import him into main, and he can hold his own. That sort of thing. So we do have Penguin returning. The next coach we'll talk about is another coach that inspired the D-League, and that's Giran. Giran is back with the Awfulton Agrons. Giran dropped out of Season 1 because he felt like he couldn't compete and couldn't do well. He dropped out of Season 2 for the exact same reason. Turns out he knows how to draft because his roster, with a few tweaks, ended up making it to the finals and winning the finals. So Giran can draft. He just doesn't know how to team build and doesn't know how to battle, and hopefully being down here in the D-League with coaches equal skill to him will help him grow and help him become a better battler, along with getting help from other people, teaching him, that, giving him advice, that sort of thing. So really, really happy to have Giran come back. As well. Sorry, I just was setting up a match and that for WWC main. Or not WWC main, PCF main. I'm trying to, because I'm not at work this week, I'm trying to schedule some things early, and I just saw the notification on Discord. Sorry, I need to focus. Squirrel! Focus. Anywho, Giran Yes, is returning. Another one of my good friends, another one of the old OG, close to OG, because, like, Penguin, Griffin, SV Torn, who's no longer in the Weather Gamer server, and Cheshi the Cat, who I have not talked to in close to 10 months. She just vanished off the face of the earth. They were the original 5 that kind of came in with me and have stuck around when I first started this whole thing up almost a year ago. So, actually, by the time this video goes up, it'll probably be a year that I have had the Weather Gamer family server. But, anywho, yeah, just Garen came in shortly after that, so he's been there a long time with me. I think he and Damien came almost back to back, type of thing. But anyways, making new. I just met Wolf like 3 days ago, 4 days ago, something like that. Wolf was one of the coaches that I brought in when I needed to expand to 16. I really don't know a lot about him, to be perfectly honest. I know he... Let me just go pull our chat. And the bad thing about this is I delete everyone's apps after I make a decision on them. Like, it's like, hey, yes, I want you. Okay, they're in the server, delete the app. So I don't get caught up trying to read it. I believe he's had, like, 2 leagues total that he's been a part of. And he's gone, like, I think he said his record was 8-16 in those 2 leagues, which, you know, that's not bad. I have won 6 games in my last 3 leagues combined. Something like that. Maybe 8 games in my last 4 leagues combined. I don't know. It's not been good. But I watched some replays of his, and I was like, you know, his application, he's like, I want to learn, I want to get better, and this seems like a safe place where we can learn. And that, to me, that's perfect. That's what I want out of D coaches. I want them to feel like this is a safe place for them to learn. That's why this season's not Ubers or Tier 3 or below, or it's just standard, straightforward season, so they get an introduction to Draft League. So we do have Wolf here, very new to Discord. I think I met him in... It was either Draft Frontier, PLA, or Draft League hubs servers. One of those 3. I don't remember off the top of my head, because I advertise this in a lot of servers, including PLA and NCL. So I don't honestly remember where I picked up some of these coaches. But I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully WWC can be what Wolf needs to start to build confidence in his drafting and learn. And I'm really glad to have him as part of the Weather Gamer family, even if WWC doesn't work out for him, because he seems like a really nice guy. He's very polite, definitely the type of person that will help this league, help be a good part of this league and help the league grow, I hope. We have Raisachi in the Surrey Saws Bucks joining from PCF. He is currently playing in the D-League over there with me from Ultras. I know he helped Ga prep for WWC, so it seems like Rise knows how to prep. It's just he makes a lot of bad mistakes, is what he's told me. If I remember correctly, he's made a lot of bad mistakes. He'll over-predict, he'll get tilted at times, which is a lot of what resonates with me, because, like, you guys have seen when something goes wrong, I get tilted a lot. I'm getting better about that, but still. So I was like, okay, if it's play that's the issue, let's have him play a season in the D-League, watch him play, give him some feedback, that sort of thing. So the brains behind some of Ga's interesting sets. I know Ga makes changes, made changes to what Rise did, but it's going to be interesting. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I'm really happy to have Raisachi join WWC's D League. Oh, that's a pretty good logo, too. We have Jackson with probably the best showdown name I've seen in a long time with Drop That Volbeat. He and his Mississippi Metagross. Again, Jackson's new to me. I think I met him. It's probably within the last week and a half I've met him. I don't remember which server he came from either. I'm pretty sure it was PLA. Not 100% certain, but he and another coach came as a pair to help us get to 10 coaches. I know he's got a little bit of draft experience, but not a lot. And so looking forward to seeing what he can do in D-League. A lot of this will be better, I hope, as the season goes on. Like, when I get to the quarter of the season videos and that sort of thing, I'll have gotten to know these guys a little better, because by that point, been in the server for 2 months. I'll have had interactions with them as, like, friend conversations and seen their battling, so I can talk more about these new guys. It's really hard to talk about the new people compared to people like Giran and Rise and Penguin, who I've known for a while now. So hopefully, and I apologize for that, but hopefully I can get to know them better and give them a little more justice at that point than what I'm currently doing. We have Hazard and the Dallas Starmies, another very, very clean logo. Hazard was part of that Let's Get to 12 group. It was Hazard and another coach that I'll talk about, who ended up being 13th, and I was like, I'm not going to pull that spot away from you because I had you join and all that. Hazard has some draft league experience, if I remember his application correctly. He plays pretty well. Just, again, it's all kind of rushing to my head right now, and I'm really, really regretting this. Something I already learned about D-League. Save the applications until after you record the video so you can talk about them. Okay. Mistakes were made. I'm trying. I know Hazard has a YouTube channel. I'll link that down below. You can go check him out. As well as any of the other coaches. If they have stuff that they wanted promoted, that'll be linked down below. Early shameless plug, that sort of thing. But we have Hazard and the Dallas Starmies. Park, who joined with Jackson. I really think these two came over from Draft League for some reason. Like, I think that's the server these two came from. Again, I don't know a lot about Park. He joined the same time as Jackson. He's not been as active as Jackson. Hasn't really talked much, so in the server, so I don't know a lot about him. I just know that he's got some draft experience, not a lot, and is just wanting to grow in the server, grow in Draft League and learn. Merc Wolf in the Merc Rose. Again, I don't remember much about him. I'm looking for him right now in I know we talked. If I could spell your name right. Okay, fine. I'm gonna go in the server and find you. Coach info. There you are. There we go. Okay, I found him. Took me a second. He sent in replays. They were solid replays. I wasn't quite sure when I was doing his application whether or not he would fit in D or if he would fit in main better. I consulted with the Watchmen and was like, what do you guys think? And they were like, you know, he's good, but they agreed that they didn't think he was probably main with the talent level we have. So we'll see. He may be the one that runs away with D-League because he's in between D-League and main's competitive level, but we'll see. I know he doesn't have a logo right now. He's working on getting that. Again, he's a new person. I don't know a lot about him. I don't have much to say, and I'm sorry about that. We have Crow and the Virginia Victini. So Crow I do know a little bit about, and I feel so horrible when I say that, but Crow is the mastermind behind WWC's Season 3 doc, the tiers and all that. He's the one that's been working his butt off to get that all automated and working correctly, because I haven't figured that out yet. He's put in just a crap ton of work for me, and I just met him in PCFD like less than a month ago or so, probably. Like, I literally just met the guy, and he's already doing so much for me and for the Weather Gamer family as a general, and just I extremely appreciate it, Crow. I really do. But he and his Virginia Victinis are coming over. He has knowledge of Draft League, but from what I've seen, his battle skill isn't quite up to par, which is, I think, what he's trying to work on here. I'm just scrolling back, looking for something right now, but yeah, he is a very, very good guy. Very, very happy to have him part of D-League, because like, he's just generally a nice, good guy, and that's what I want out of coaches, is nice people that aren't that toxic, like the toxic competitive. I don't like toxic competitiveness, because it just makes everybody feel like crap. So we have the Driftville Drudigans here and Tiny Toons. He does have a Deviant art that is listed down below. I think he's got an Etsy shop that I will link down there if I remember. If I didn't, somebody comment that I didn't, and I'll fix that. But we do have Tiny Toons, the Driftville Drudigans. Very, very sick logo done by Luca, aka Griffin Feathers. Please check out his information down below. I don't know a lot about him. I just know that he's a pretty good guy. He's really friendly. He's a cat person. He's good friends with Luca. I really don't know what else to say about Toons, because I literally just met the guy about a month ago. He's active in the server, likes to talk about his art, shares his artwork. It's very good artwork. Definitely go check that out. Looking forward to seeing what he can draft. I know he plays a lot of, I think it's NU and UU. Where are you, Toons? We actually were just talking about this last night. I know Drudigan's his favorite mon. PU and NU are the two that he does a lot with. So he probably knows a lot about lower tier mons, and I am guessing that that's going to probably do him really well. Grabbing low tier mons in the draft, he'll be able to pick out some of the best low tier mons. So maybe I can help him with the higher tier stuff, get him some high tier firepower. But definitely looking forward to having him here and seeing what he does. I don't think he has a lot about... I don't think he has a lot of draft league experience, to be perfectly honest. If I remember correctly. He never applied. Luca signed him up, so I was like, sure, bring him in. Mama Niche and the West Texas Leafeons. Mama is also... And I always forget this, and I'm sorry, Mama Niche, or Niche, I guess is... It's so weird, because I'm so used to calling her Mama, but she decided to call her Niche at times, too. She's been with WWC since Season 1. She was in Maine Season 1, Season 2. We saw how that went. Not the greatest. She's also been with me for a long time. I think she's been here as long as Penguin, Garen, and I think she was here longer than Garen, actually. I just forgot because Nisha's quiet. She likes to just sit there and observe, which is fine. I appreciate that. Like, I just forgot how long that I'd known her and how long she's been around WWC and the Weather Gamer server. So, but I'm looking forward to actually seeing her compete with people on her skill level. I think she's not going to go 0-12 again this season. She's going to get some wins. She showed improvement from Season 1 to Season 2. But I think spending a season down in D-League is really going to help her. And I'm looking forward to what she puts together for a draft and all that. So we're going to see. It'll be interesting. Here we go. So this is why I couldn't mention earlier what I can't count. Luca is the reason that I can't count, because Luca is a Watchman, but he is also the Art King in the WWC server. That is his official role, is Art King, which is basically it's Watchman. Same level of permissions and all that as Watchman, but it's a separate role specifically for him. It's just like Jaden has Art Hero as a specific role for him, that sort of thing. Like, anyways, obviously you guys know Luca's stuff's going to be listed down below because I list his stuff in every video. Luca's back. He's joined WWC's D-League. He and Toons joined together. The Eterna City Espions, the last time I was in league with Luca, he ran as the Lower Saxony Slurp Puffs, which is why you see me name Slurp Puff Sunday sometimes. When I drafted, it's also Luca's favorite mon. I really don't have much more I need to say about Luca. Like, Luca's the mastermind behind all the artwork for my channel, for my server, for everything I do. This layout that you guys see, it's Luca's. He made it. He did it for me. So, please go show him some love down below, and any of the other D-League coaches that have stuff listed below, please go show them some love. But I'm really, really excited to have Luca back in League and to see what he can do. And he and Toons are very, very close together in the draft, so we'll see if there's a little snipage amongst friends or not between the two of them. We have Vulpix, the Vegas Vulpix, and AV, or Awkward Vulpix. AV coming over from PCF's D-League as well. I've never seen AV actually draft. He didn't draft his team in PCF. He let everybody else draft for him. He did win his first game, which was very, very good for him. He did prove me wrong because I didn't think he was going to win that game. But anyways, definitely looking forward to having AV here, see him draft his team this time, and get a feel for just what kind of battler he is. And I think D-League is the perfect place for a training ground for him, not being the best battler, that sort of thing. And I think he's told me he's not the best battler, and we'll see. We'll see what he does. I don't really know what's going on with this team, but we have Quag of the Quags, whose showdown name is King Rion, I believe. But, yeah. Quag and the Quags. Sounds like a band, Quag and the Quags. But, I don't know anything about him. I really don't, and I feel bad about that, but I just know that he is Quag of the Quags. Of the Quags. That's it. That's really all I got on Quag. Got Photon and the New York Necrozmas with a very, very clean logo. I really, really like this logo. Photon came in with Hazard. Photon was the one that I accidentally miscounted and got to 13. I was like, I'm not going to take this away because he applied and his app is really good for D-League. And I don't want to piss people off by saying I screwed up and I miscounted and I actually can't put you in D-League. So we're going to go to 16. I don't care how much pressure it puts on me. We're going to go to 16. Anyways, we have Photon here with his New York Necrozmas. Photon seems to be a decent guy. He's a nice guy, like, talks about Draft League a lot and bonds and that. I literally just met him at the same time that I met Hazard, which is about 4 or 5 days at this point. So I don't really have a lot to say about Photon either. Check back at the quarter mark poll, and I'll know these guys a lot better. So, yeah, sorry about that. Finally, we have Mars and the Egyptian Lucarios. I really debated whether or not I was going to put Mars in D-League or not. If I was going to, because he said he wanted to join WWC. I was like, do I put Mars in D? Do I put him in main? I know he's got some skill. He just preps really poorly. He does 5-minute prep. Because versus me, the first time I played him over in PCF, he brought Assault Vest D-Dance T-Tar, I think, or Assault Vest Stealth Rocks T-Tar, which doesn't work. But, I don't know. I really debated where I put Mars. I ended up just letting him play in the D-League. We'll see how he does away from PCF. And all that chaos, and actually in WWC. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting to know Mars outside of the PCF setting. So, yeah. So there's your coach reveal for WWC D-League Season 1. Please, again, check out all the links in the description down below for any YouTube channels of coaches, the Deviant Arts for Tunes and Luca, the standard stuff that's down there, my Twitch for the D-League stream. If you want to head over to Twitch, hit that follow button, you'll get the notification when we do the D-League stream. Discord, the Weather Gamer Discord is linked down there. That's where WWC is taking place. So if you want to join and get to know these coaches, since I did a terrible job with most of the new coaches in this video, you can join the server, get to know them yourselves. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got. So I'll see if I see you guys week 1 for power rankings post-draft. Otherwise, I'll see you week 4 for the quarter season update. Actually, that's not true. I'll see you guys for the draft stream. So, but yeah, with all that being said, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.